Ooh, Carabao Cup was going on last night. Liverpool beat Southampton 2-1. Another late winner for Liverpool, Peter.
They just won't stop, will they?
It's what they do.
Peter, are you able to talk about this competition, given that you are a Monster family? You're a Monster man?
Oh, yeah,
Monster
okay,
boy?
we're Monster magnets.
But his football team are the holders, damn
Exactly,
you.
I don't care. We've got nothing to fear of this competition. Got nothing to fear of this lot either.
What you should have done since Newcastle lifted it in that glorious moment, you should have switched your allegiance publicly from Monster to Carabao. Would have been the right thing to do.
A real statement.
Yeah, well, sort of Alexander Isak switching allegiances from Newcastle to
Go on
Liverpool.
strike from caffeinated drinks all through the summer.
Do you remember when we were big time and we had Jules on the show and I convinced Jules to say, me love Carabao, me drink Carabao. and Carabao said there's 2 slabs of Carabao.
Yeah.
I know, yeah.
Never happened since, has it?
Well, go on then, say something that can get us a free
outrageous.
Carabao.
I'm thirsty and I want a drink that's not going to satisfy me liquid-wise, but will give me heart palpitations.
No, it's not going to do it. I don't think they're going to be happy with that.
Right, fine.
Are they, Pete? Marcus, are they going to be happy with that? Probably.
I don't think so.
No.
I don't think
Liverpool
so.
are happy though, aren't they?
Me like Bentleys, I love Bentleys. Just chuck it out there.
Yeah.
You never
They've got
know what you
nowhere
can
to
get.
park a Bentley. They're too big.
Imagine that. There'll be one outside now by the end of the day.
Yeah. Will it be ours?
Marcus 1, number plate. Okay?
There isn't a key. They maybe want me to hotwire it. Yeah. I tell you what, though, both sides missed chances, did they not? Southampton.
Oh, mate.
I mean, I know
that
he
header
said-
from Cienza. That
That
was a bad miss.
He had to go crane his neck to miss that.
Yeah, it was really, really difficult.
I mean, the
not to get
first
on
one,
target.
you know, it was a nice effort. Dingle
Yeah.
obviously came off the bar. You know, that was a great chance. You think, they've got another one. But thank goodness the South Coast side are going to do something.
But you want people to be ready for that eventuality. Presumably you're following in because you think there's going to be a save or a rebound.
You think so?
Visualise getting it in the net.
If you've grown up like we have playing knockout Wembley doubles, the rebounds are really important.
Yeah.
Yes,
The
they are.
goalkeepers are effectively coached to parry rebounds back into the area.
That's right.
For us to get through to the next round.
Yeah.
It's like this guy spent all his time in the academy and not played in knockout. Do they play knockout Wembley in academies
I think
these
it should
days?
be really important. Part of a player's development. Copies.
That's Mama Dashvili you're talking about there.
I know it is.
A bit
Yeah.
of respect.
Yeah. Careful.
You ever
Careful.
played?
That's
ever
Mama
played knockout
Dashvili you're
doubles?
talking about.
Man plays for Georgia.
He ripped the heart out of this community.
He's putting it back in.
Yeah.
He plays for a team who've got more St George's crosses than we do.
They do.
So he
Exactly.
demands
The beautiful
respect.
state of Georgia
Yes.
in the southern United States. The peach state. He plays for Georgia.
Oh,
Straight
dear.
out of motherfucking
Georgia
Atlanta. Yeah. Yeah.
Heartwarming to see Ali Isak score his first goal for Liverpool.
It was, especially after
Heartwarming,
watching.
isn't it? It's what he
Yeah.
deserves, Pete, after the
Yeah.
way he's carried
I think
himself
that might be the
impeccably.
Carabao actually warming my heart.
And what we've learnt there, Peter, is that if you behave in such a way, you will eventually be rewarded.
But it is a good,
It's romantic, isn't it?
You know, we're often, you know,
His little
especially
smirk.
to
His little smirk,
especially to the younger generation, you're often told stick to your principles,
Exactly.
stick to your guns, dig your heels in if you have to, stop working if you think that's going to make a difference.
Don't let anyone diminish your light.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
You are enough, Alexander. You are enough.
Do you know what I'd have said to Alexander Isak if
What a
I saw him
beautiful,
when he was
brave
on
boy.
strike? I'd have said to you, Alex, sit yourself down,
yeah,
live, laugh, love.
no, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's living, he's laughing, he's loving. And after watching the bowling shoe ugly Newcastle Bournemouth match, or Bournemouth Newcastle match,
Bowling
at the
shoe
weekend,
ugly.
A
whole new level of ugly.
It was a terrible football match, contested by 2 pretty poor teams on the day. I was watching Alexander Isak's movement, finishing, and going, I remember those.
Well, yeah.
I remember him just being at the right place, right time, and being able to finish. It's
I
nice.
tell you what, though,
He missed one early on.
he did,
He did,
but he got his goal and was taken off a couple of minutes after at half time, and then he had to do some sprints at half
I
time.
know, I saw that.
Hey, train like no one's watching, but everyone was watching Alexander.
Yeah.
It's not
they
rolling
were.
subs, Alexander.
It was so weird, wasn't it? He was
Yeah.
like, because you saw the coach say to him, he was
Cramping
going
up.
in at half time, and he was like, no, you're going out. And he was like, what in front of
Yeah.
everybody?
I'm 125 million euros.
Can I just do him up and down the corridor? No, you're unfit because of the way you behaved. Yes, that got you a move here. I understand.
Oh,
that.
what are you going to do, Alex? Go on strike again? Get out there, you fucking lazy prick. That's what I'd have said.
Fix the vending machines
Oh
as
no,
well.
everyone, Alex threatening to go on strike again. Should we make him do some runs?
Let's make
Make
him do some
sprints?
Absolutely, yeah.
Last chance saloon, Alexander Isak.
I love the idea of the fitness coach with Alex Isak's kicking off. 20 press-ups, 30, 40 press-ups till he shuts up and gets on with it.
Yeah. Well, Alexander Isak, of course, will be playing a little bit more for Liverpool this weekend because
Hugo's done him a solid.
Hugo Ekitike got sent off.
Have you ever seen anyone more angry than Jeremy Frimpong?
Oh my goodness. He knew.
He was like,
What
are you doing?
What
are you doing? He had
Yeah.
exactly the same face as a dad who's come home to see that his 15-year-old son has taken his car.
He was like,
What?
yeah.
What
Yeah.
are you doing?
He was like Chief Whip, wasn't he?
Yeah,
Just running around.
He was
going, "You
gutted.
fucking idiot."
He was gutted.
Chief Whip.
He was
Oh.
absolutely gutted.
Yeah, it was almost about like, put it back on. He might not have seen.
Put it back on.
yeah, he did
got-
say
you're
that.
You're still
He's got a
holding
red-
it up.
He's got a red top.
The referee's
Yeah.
coming over. You're still holding your flipping
Yeah.
top up. It was because the first booking was ridiculous, punching the ball in frustration or whatever he did. But Arne Slot said it was stupid, and it was. I mean, that's what the game will be remembered for. Ultimately, it won't be Isak's first goal for Liverpool.
No,
it will be
yeah.
Hugo Ekitike scoring the winning goal. They get getting sent off.
Arne Slot didn't say it. He said it's not stupid because it's his second yellow. It's stupid even if you hadn't had a yellow. He was basically saying it's a whole new level of stupid.
That's true.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
he
Layers
was-
to the stupidity.
Yeah, he was saying, he was obviously very disappointed. But what it potentially represents for Ekitike is actually possibly quite serious. Now,
Yeah.
I don't think that this will necessarily come to pass because I feel like Ekitike can play slightly differently as well, and he may, and because they've got so many games to play this season, so many fronts they're kind of competing on.
AFCON's a big loss as well.
He'll have a role to play, but it's almost like it's made a decision for Slot because Slot had this situation where Isak's slowly getting back to fitness. He of course scored. Ekitike has really until last night been pretty flawless. I mean he's hit the ground running. He's scored goals. He's been busy. Now he's got a perfect tailor-made reason to go right. I'm not going to pick you because I can't.
Yeah.
And if Isak goes in there against Crystal Palace at the weekend and does really
Hits the
well,
ground running, yeah.
I mean, depending on his fitness, you think, well, Isak's going to be the guy. Look, I think Isak probably would have been the number 9 guy anyway. Everyone kind of thinks that, but it just makes things a little bit smoother for Slot. So I wonder when he was talking about how stupid Ekitike's been.
He wasn't slightly.
He was,
licking
talking
his
out of both
lips a
sides.
little bit.
Oh yeah, having a little tickle of his testes in the pocket.
Indeed.
At the same time.
He's going to have to go back to that Michael Jackson song.
You'd hope so.
Hugo Ekitike, Ekitike, Hugo. Why don't they sing that on the terraces?
There's several reasons.
It's hard to harmonise.
He just
harmonise.
sounds like the sort of thing that Michael Jackson would say.
But how,
Ekitike.
but how do you, if you think about how a chant starts, someone's
Yeah.
got to suggest it.
Yeah, but they're always nerds and they always like sort of like posture on Twitter. I started a chant today.
I don't think that's how it works, though. I think it's like it gets taken on by the crowd in quite an organic way.
All right, here you go, Liverpool fans. We've had a spotted history over the past few weeks, mainly about Virgil van Dijk, but I'd like to gift you to the tune of Smooth Criminal, Hugo Ekitike. Ekitike, Hugo.
Do it again,
Hugo Ekitike.
It does.
Hugo
It's good.
Ekitike. Ekitike, Hugo.
Marcus. Just let him cook. Do it again.
Hugo Ekitike.
Thank you.
Ekitike, Hugo.
There we go.
That was
It's
good.
quite good,
Come
actually.
on, I think
yeah.
you won us over
Hit the
eventually.
note there,
You
yeah.
really go, but
Yeah.
I'm more cooking up a sort of a dirty Diana kind of vibe. But
So for who?
Arne Slot.
Dirty Diana.
Diana.
Dirty Diana.
Slot.
Another Liverpool fan.
Let me be down. Who plays guitar on that?
Oh, I don't
Probably Eddie
know.
Van
We
Halen.
shouldn't
He
be
did all
talking
on
about
there.
this.
Eddie
Do you
Van
not
Halen's
think-
Beat It.
Sorry. Do you
Yeah.
not think that
Slash got involved in one.
Dangerous, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The album, not
Yeah.
that specific
Yeah.
track.
Is that
We,
the- is
we
that-
know our Jackson knowledge, by the way.
Is it dangerous what the biopic's called?
It should be. Anyway, moving on swiftly.
Did
Peter.
you see how hard Chiesa hit that football at that goalkeeper
Yes.
in this football match?
He loved it, didn't he? Well,
He looks a bit like Emlyn Hughes.
I like that.
Yeah.
I do like
He's got the
that.
Hughes
Yeah.
about him.
Yeah, I can
The
see
late
that.
great.
late
Well,
great, yeah.
Slot himself mentioned Chiesa, didn't he, when he was having a go at Ekitike after the game?
He said the goal was all about him, didn't
well,
he?
if I scored a goal like that, like he did tonight, I would turn to Chiesa and say, "It's all about you, Federico."
Yeah.
Which was a lovely
Oh,
line.
quite emotionally, quite romantic.
Yeah, we didn't maybe not say it like that. I was usually not one to let emotions get the better of him. But I still quite liked it all the same. Now, your man Virgil van Dijk did say the Carabao Cup will always have a special place in my heart. Is that the palpitations you were talking about?
Maybe, yeah.
But of course, scoring the winning goal in the final, Jurgen Klopp's last trophy for Liverpool, and they march on in the Cup. Southampton have only won 3 of their 9 games since Will Still took charge of the club in the summer.
Wildo still.
Well, Still said before the game, Rome wasn't built in a day, and it also wasn't built on a load of rubble, which is what we were reduced to here last season.
Yeah, I mean,
it starts off very strong and then just goes,
better
and
than last time.
everyone else is crap.
but do you not think that like Will Still's kind of in a situation where he's probably got the best squad in the league, but they're all tyre damaged from the bus that Russell Martin threw them under. Like that, they're just broken men. A lot of them.
Yeah, but I mean, Juric has got a...
I do think there's something in that. I think they've obviously spent a lot of money as well, by the way, for a championship.
Would you say they're the best? I mean,
I don't know about that, but I think I know what Pete's getting at, and they've spent a lot of money.
They've got a good squad.
Yeah, and but the problem is that the way they performed last season is clearly so corrosive to the whole culture of the club. And so it's probably not as easy as just doing a hard reset in the summer and going again. And they found it tricky. Of course they have, and they're going to continue to find it tricky, I think. Also, Will still isn't that experienced as a manager, and he's young.
He's not great in front of the camera either. He hates post matches.
He famously made his reputation playing Football Manager, didn't he? Which is where he kind of came from originally. So maybe a computer game loving nerd isn't what they need.
He does. Yeah, but he's got chops.
Because you're a computer game playing nerd, so you feel attacked.
Road
by
tested,
that.
yeah.
Have you got a song for Will Still?
No, apart from the windowsill joke I did earlier on.
It's not a song, is it?
It's not a song. It's not a song. Because there are no songs about windowsills, is there?
You're going to get a lot of messages now.
Gentlemen, Wolverhampton Wanderers beat Everton 2-0 in their game in the Carabao Cup last night. Much needed win for Wolves. They've been all right in the Cup. Obviously, that's 2 wins from 2. Much needed feel-good vibe around Molineux Luke Moore.
And Vitor is, speaking of people who do or don't like post-match interviews, Vitor's great in the interview.
Yeah. Oh, he is, yeah.
He gives you fantastic copy. He loves to have a good old chat. He said he missed the players' smiles.
I'm happy for my players because I miss their smiles. I miss going into the dressing room and seeing their smile and the smiles of the supporters.
Very musical show today.
I love your smile.
Classic Carabao Cup show.
Marcus didn't say on his catchphrase today. We've got a packed show today. Yes, saying that.
We've got a Carabao Cup show today.
The handbrake's off with Speller today. You're about 5 minutes away from some kind of anecdote about something or other.
Someone breaking a chair.
We're talking about Michael Jackson. We're having a sing-song. Exactly, I can't believe my luck.
Yeah.
I mean, this is great for Wolves, but it would have been better served that they got this in the league, wouldn't it, really?
That's not how it works.
It's not. Well,
can we transfer this for the league?
Well, they could just give them a cup atmosphere, pretend the Premier League doesn't exist, and just play, fucking Geordie Craddock Invitationals every week.
There we are, you see.
Well, not the Premier League, actually. Charge everyone a season ticket, an extra fee.
Yeah, I get it. It's unlikely they're going to try that.
But you just say to the fans, do you want this 3 points or do you not?
Yeah.
We have to make this feel like a cup competition. Now give us 20 quid.
Yeah. I know that's going to motivate anyone, is it?
No.
Really?
Won't motivate the fans.
Not risky to motivate anyone, is it? No. Are you nervous about your lung appointment this afternoon? Are you nervous about your doctor's appointment this afternoon? Be honest.
It's the evening.
It's
Private.
Oh, is it?
200 quid down the fucking Swanee.
You're going Harley Street, are you?
No. They only do tits and teeth, don't they?
No. Harley Street do everything.
Oh, all right. Should have gone there then.
I just detected
knobs, tits and teeth. This is a very much a Ramble Uncut chat, gentlemen.
Are you detecting some tension?
I think Pete's nervous about tonight.
Right, let's be a bit
kind. Marcus, be a bit kinder to him. Let him have
Imagine
his point
if I got something terrible.
I did.
Yeah.
Imagine how you'll feel and how I'll make you feel.
I'll feel gutted. It'll just be more work for me.
We do have Ramble Uncut later, so all this can just be going in there.
I'm not having an operation, am I?
For the sake of the show, you will. Well, Wolves, yes, they've scored 5 goals against Premier League opposition in the Carabao Cup this season. Admittedly, 3 of them were against West Ham. But a 2-0 win against Everton, okay, they some changes and so on. But Wolves made some changes themselves. Andre, who hasn't started every game for Wolves this season, a good operator. He was excellent standing ovation he got at the end.
Yeah.
And also, Ruben Amorim, if you're watching, Vitor Pereira thought, let's switch to a back 4, see how we get on. They won 2-0.
Yeah.
They've also had 2 players in that back 4 called Bueno.
Yeah.
Which is very pleasing. Santiago Bueno and Hugo Bueno.
Get a couple of Kinders in there.
Yeah, Kinder Bueno.
Get one in a pack.
Put them in a packet, cover them in chocolate.
Yeah.
Lovely stuff.
Double wrapped.
Was it Bruno Guimaraes loved the Kinder Bueno, was it? Or Joe Linton?
Yeah. No, it was Bruno.
Yeah, we're careful because he'll
gonna
come along and eat them up. Yeah.
I love a. I mean, how can you not like a Kinder Bueno?
You can't buy one really in the shop because you're an adult, but they're nice.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah,
I know what you mean.
Yeah. Well, look,
I was going to get involved there. I thought football show.
Yeah. No, well done.
I'm helping.
Well, Peter, Wolves. It's as you say, they want to get this kind of form in the league as well. But it is, often people say, treat the cup like it's a holiday. Try and get a bit of feel good factor. Gets the confidence going. I mean, the 2 goals were lovely. One, the second one in particular, a lovely dinked finish.
A beauty.
Yeah,
it was a beauty. And I think, am I being harsh by saying here? I think the goalkeeper made it slightly easy for him.
Yeah.
He left a lot of room to the goalkeeper's right.
Yeah, it wasn't Pickford in goal, yeah.
Yeah, and he came out pretty fast.
Yeah.
I mean, I think maybe I'm being harsh because I think the finish made the keeper look bad, which probably speaks more to it being a good finish more than anything else. But it was a lovely one.
Lovely one indeed. It's 30 years since Everton last lifted major silverware.
Yeah, but what's that contextually compared to other clubs though? Because the amount of trophies being won is now concentrated quite a small amount of clubs overall, isn't it? You got the occasional anomaly here and there, but really, that's not a massive. Are you just saying because Everton are genuinely historically big clubs?
That as well, and I felt that. I mean, did Moyes need to? I mean, I know he brought on a couple of the bigger players. You know, Grealish and Njai came on, didn't they? And he said that the players. I mean, yeah, okay. So you're giving a start to Tyler Dibbling, for example, but Moyes himself said, you know, the players that came on, they need to get up to the level you saw the level that the players brought when they came on.
Yeah,
and I just think, it maybe being a bit harsh. I mean, it wasn't a bad side he put out, and Wolves haven't been great. I just think it's a little bit disappointing if you're a side who haven't won a trophy for a long time. The cup is, and they've started the season sort of pretty well. They're not going to win the league. It's unlikely they're going to qualify for the Champions.
I think you're right. I think you're right where you're going.
Because they're away to a Premier League side. Fulham made a lot of changes against Cambridge United and only won 1-0, but they won.
Yeah,
and they're always going to beat Cambridge United. Really, whereas this, I felt, it showed you that when he brought the players on, it was like, no, we do.
I know where you're going with it. I think you're right to say it because I think that if you are the club the size of Everton, realistically, you're looking at only the League Cup or the FA Cup.
Yeah.
And I think what's also made that more of a stark bit of trivia to read is that, you know, Newcastle have won a trophy recently. West Ham won the Conference League.
Yeah, he knows.
You know, Leicester won the Premier League.
If it was you, if it was the usual suspects, if it was the usual suspects, you wouldn't be talking about that.
Well,
really,
I mean, Villa haven't won anything since '96. They're an equivalent-sized team.
Well, indeed,
club. You know, so I think it's how it goes. I'm always, people listening to this show regularly will know. I think that I always am disappointed for clubs the size of Everton, and actually clubs a little bit smaller than Everton who don't really give it some in the cups because you can absolutely make progress there.
They're not going to get relegated.
That was the disappointment every year with Newcastle. Like, for 10 years, they just did not. They were just knocked out by lower league opposition.
They used to get knocked. It feels like they used to get knocked out in the third round of the FA Cup all the time.
Championship, League One opposition, they just get knocked out, and they'd usually be full strength as well. That's what I couldn't figure out. They just didn't. They couldn't prioritise.
Was it something to do with Steve Bruce? Your lot normally just blame Steve Bruce, don't you?
Well, I mean, he was there for quite a long
blame
time.
Brucey.
Blame Brucey.
It's blame Brucey.
Blame Brucey.
Well, blame Ashley as well. Can't blame him anymore.
Bring him in.
Well, talking of League One or lower league opposition, some Premier League sides had a bit of trouble with them. Not all, but Brighton beat League One Barnsley by 6-0.
Yeah.
Oh, there were some goals in this game.
Diego Gomez is doing very badly to be this far down the running order after his performance last night. My goodness me.
Yeah.
What a way to get your
hat trick. The quality of the goals.
It's different gravy
it was
granules.
Unreal. Was
it the second one where he rifles in the top corner?
Yeah.
Which
not even the best one.
Yeah,
no.
which then informs the third.
Yeah.
His third, where the ball drops to him, laces behind it. He's 40 yards out from goal. And yeah, the keeper's off his line. Normally you try a little loopy side footer, and he's like, no.
It was down laces, the keeper's throat as well, but the pace and the swerve just took it past him. It was great.
Yeah,
you are doing exactly what a Paraguayan attacking midfielder should be doing.
Correct.
Exactly what you should be doing.
It's what we bought you for.
It's exactly what you
don't recycle play.
No. Can you now please get sent off? Yeah. For my bingo card to be ticked fully.
Second yellow for a professional, please.
Yeah. And we won't hear of you until the World Cup comes around. And we'll go, there he is. Exactly, there he is. That's what
incredible performance. There were some great goals all round in that
game. I love, though, is that when he started whipping them in from far out, Barnsley got involved.
Yeah.
So they hit the bar from
rising
about 50-yarder.
Yeah. Rising tide of great goals.
From about 25 yards. It's infectious.
Yeah.
This is what we want.
It's fizzing. The Carabao was fizzing.
Oh, it was.
Absolutely fizzing.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, it was fizzing at Lincoln City, wasn't it?
Oh, big time.
That was the one. That was the one everyone was thinking, hang about. Something's going on.
Then it was bang, bang.
Yeah, no, but that's
Tyreek George's goal was nice as well.
It was a beauty. But even then, with the bang, bang, there was nearly another bang up the other end.
There was.
It was a
bang bus.
Oh, my goodness.
Steady.
All right, I won't ask any further questions on that.
No.
But with Lincoln City, the old Imps, they perhaps on another
I think
day.
they're just called the Imps, not the old Imps.
The old imps.
The old imps.
Well, you got.
Disrespectful.
Aren't these imps old?
I'm thinking of the red imps in Gibraltar, is it?
Yeah.
So they would be the newer imps, wouldn't they?
Didn't we have a scandal about the Lincoln Red Imps in Gibraltar when I said they got a result against Celtic and you denied it, and it turned out they did, and we never addressed it again? I'm pleased it came up
Put it
again.
on the slate.
I'm pretty sure they got a result against
You
Brendan
fought-
Rodgers Celtic, and you denied it.
No, I think that was.
Is that Jim Campbell, wasn't it? Was
I
it fish?
can't-
It's probably fish.
I can't remember, but I think you're thinking of like some sort of 80s or 90s crazy game show or something.
No, I'm not. I'm telling you. There we go.
Disrespecting beat
UEFA
Takeshi.
I just threw him
I'm
one there,
Googling it.
and he's straight on it.
I'm Googling it.
Right.
UEFA Champions League qualifying second round,
Here we go.
2016.
Right.
Celtic beat Lincoln Red Imps of Gibraltar 3-0 in the first leg.
Mm-hmm.
Second leg, in the first leg they lost 1-0.
Right.
In-
What happened in the second leg?
They won 3-0.
There you go.
But they had a result against them, is what I'm saying.
It was half time, and you know that.
I'd like to see Lincoln Red Imps in the Carabao. That's
I
what
would
I'm
as
saying.
well. But
They'd probably beat West Ham.
but the imps have gone out. They give a good account of themselves. And I tell you what, Philip Jorgensen, I know that the long throw is back. If you are playing Chelsea and he's in goal, which he might be for a little bit, long throw. He doesn't like crosses.
He
does
doesn't like them.
He doesn't like it up him.
I like the fact that Chelsea. I mean, speaking about what we were saying earlier, re Everton. Chelsea. I know they've got maybe a different kind of squad, i.e., a fucking massive squad, but they played quite a strong team.
They did.
And for them to go a goal down, and for Enzo Fernandez to have a bit of a terrible time of it, felt a bit like there was a concentration issue there, really.
Well, he was saying to his players, wasn't he? He said, I said, how many of you have played League One opposition or the equivalent? He said, a number of them haven't. I said, this is a totally different game.
Yeah.
You got to respect this. And there is, having spoken to one or two people at the club, this was last season, and I suspect it's probably not that different this season. There does seem to be a lack of maturity in some of the players, simply because of ages and so on, and leaders.
And also the fact that they probably don't have one-on-one management all that much because there's such a huge squad. Yeah.
Well, maybe, but there doesn't seem to be too many older heads. A very young side. Is it Enzo Fernandez is the captain?
Right.
And I think some of the leadership of old, particularly with the likes of Cesar Azpilicueta and so on, you know, when those guys left the club, as I say, they're all quite young. So I don't know. Maybe this is the kind of thing where there's a little lack of concentration, which is why Maresca comes out with these things and he's saying to his players, "I know we've turned up here," and you're thinking, "Oh, who are this lot?" You've got to knuckle down and concentrate.
Yeah.
Because they were very nearly on the end of a very, very bad result or an embarrassing result. Fair enough, they got through. I understand that, but like I say, Lincoln City will think, blimey, we could have done a Grimsby here, you know, and they were still going towards the end. So, but anyway, Chelsea are through, as are Fulham.
Yeah,
They got
you already mentioned that.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Speller and Emile Smith Rowe.
There we go.
We're on the mark.
Did you go to the game?
I didn't need to.
No. They called you up today, so we'll probably be all right with that today.
And they were.
Yeah.
Judge them and me on our results.
I'm not going to have you along tonight, Marcus. You're a big game fan, so
Yeah.
save your legs.
Yeah, exactly.
Have a
Yeah.
night off.
Night off for Alex Iwobi. Night off for you as well.
Take your wife out for a lovely meal, and we'll see you for the big game at the weekend.
That's the spirit.
Yeah.
Burnley lost to League One Cardiff City, though.
Yeah.
Was that a more predictable result?
That
Peter?
felt more. Yeah, I would if I was going to put
It's
money down. That's
certainly-
where I would put it.
It's certainly a more boring one. Absolutely boring.
Good for Cardiff, though. They've been through the mill.
It's always good to beat Premier League opposition when you're a League One side, Marcus.
I
So
should
they
say
tell me.
So, well done to Burnley
Yeah.
for getting a goal, but well done to Cardiff for getting two. All right, coming up after this, Lamine Yamal's dad has thrown a strop.
Can it be AC/DC? It is.
Welcome back to the Football Ramble, everybody.
God, it's great to hear Ali McCoy. You don't hear much from him these days, do
No,
you? So
he's-
good
yeah,
to have him mentioned on here.
Massive heel turn on Ali.
Yeah, big
Used
time.
to love
He deserves it.
It's
He deserves it.
It's not
Too
his
much
fault, it's the
Ali.
broadcasters.
If you are
Yeah.
going to spend that much time aiding and abetting Darren Fletcher, you cannot be blameless. You cannot
Yeah.
be.
I guess you get judged on your friendship
From
groups.
the company you
I suppose,
keep,
isn't it?
which is why we're all fucked here.
I love McCoist, but that is a strong argument you
Yeah.
just said there.
Yeah.
Now, it's official. Ousmane Dembélé is the best player in the world. He was awarded the Ballon d'Or for the first time in his career, and he's done it. Fair play to him, considering his career and how it's gone. Obviously, going to Barcelona for an enormous amount of money.
Terrible problems with injuries there, didn't he?
Exactly. Yeah, it was. You know, was the heir apparent to I suppose it would have been Neymar at the time, maybe, or maybe even Messi going forward. Some may have thought, you know, in Messi ages, you know, Dembele will come through. Didn't quite work out as he goes to PSG, and Luis Enrique turns them into European champions and him into the best player on the planet, Luke Moore.
Yeah, and I don't really know how I feel about this award more generally. There's always a lot of chat around it. A lot of journalists have a lot of things to say about the quality of it and what it actually means.
Well, the merits of winning.
The merits of it, yeah.
Messi and Ronaldo sort of killed it a little bit.
I think so. I think that's a really good point.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
And I think also you do have a problem when you're talking about trying to deliver a kind of a comprehensive, complete verdict on an individual player in what is obviously most importantly a team sport. And you've also got so many different parameters with the quality of leagues that different players are playing in, the different positions they play in. It doesn't feel, it never quite sits right. And then Pete's point is a good one. You have this situation where, the whole of the voting journalists were just obsessed with this Messi Ronaldo thing for so long that even in years when it was clear that neither of them should win it, they were still winning it. And so we're in this weird kind of post Messi Ronaldo world now, aren't we? Where these journalists are choosing who to give the award to instead. Look, I think Dembélé is a brilliant player. It doesn't make really a matter of not that it matters what I think anyway, really, but it doesn't make a huge amount of difference to me what I think about him as a player. The fact that he's won the Ballon d'Or. The Ballon d'Or wasn't a big deal back in the day anyway. It just seems to have taken a whole kind of world life of its own.
Well, you go all the way back to say probably the 90s when you had the FIFA World Player of the Year award and the Ballon d'Or.
When I say it's not a big deal, I understand it's a historic thing.
I think when they combined them, it was always going to be. Sure. It was always going to be massive, and I think that I understand what you mean. I think that,
but people didn't really used to take that much notice of it. That's happened. Fine.
Yeah, because like Michael Owen won it one year, didn't he? In 2001, I think.
Yeah,
which is quite something. But yeah, you don't think of if someone was talking about Michael Owen's career. I know that he in particular is quite keen for people to have a more revised view of his career at the moment.
Yeah, which is not really how it works, is it?
But I don't think. Yeah, I don't think you would say, but he won that as a kind of an ace card. You would say, but remember this moment and that moment. Yeah. We wouldn't say Wayne Rooney's career was missing a Ballon d'Or.
No, but I suppose completely. I suppose what I mean though is that it's hard to get excited about. Oh, should it have been Dembélé? Should it have been Lamine Yamal?
I do agree with that.
The reality is that there's things in favour and against of all these different players. You look at Dembélé. I mean, Miguel Delaney is fond of saying that the French league is so ridiculously skewed in favour of PSG that they're going to win the league as a matter of default, really. Which then does that undermine the fact that he's won the treble? And then these days as well, you've got to factor in the fact that it was the Club World Cup. Yeah. So how does that affect things? How highly do we rate that?
Well, clearly quite highly because Cole Palmer finished 8th.
Yeah, I don't really understand that either.
Well, because he scored 2 goals in the final of the Club World Cup.
Sure.
I think people will go on these moments. Do you want to know where all the other Englishmen fitted into this list, Peter?
Not particularly, but I would like you to say it.
More of a rhetorical question, Peter. I don't think you realistically can stop that.
I think that's gone on long enough, Peter. Harry Kane 13th.
Right. He's been done dirty there, I think. I think he should be much higher.
Jude Bellingham 23rd.
Yeah.
Decky Rice 27th.
Yeah.
Nice and Scotland's Scott McTominay 18th.
Yeah.
That shows
That's a disgrace.
That genuinely is a disgrace.
Mamma mia.
How can you be 18th if you're the best player in Serie A?
This is what we're doing. We're highlighting the problems of this whole thing.
Yeah.
I don't think you can say that Harry Kane shouldn't be higher. The amount of goals he scored, the amount of...
Yeah, but you see, you're getting sucked into it now, aren't
you?
But
you got to fit everyone. You got to fit everyone in, I suppose, haven't you?
You got to fit everyone. Is that how they do it at the Ballon d'Or?
But it's kind of like the. It used to be like either. It used to be quite international, wasn't it? It's like what you did on an international stage. Now it's obviously Champions League and a bit of a mixture.
Yeah, but I mean that is an international
and narrative as well.
An international tournament definitely affects it.
Luka Modric when he won it, for example. Yeah. That was a good example.
Cannavaro as well when they won the World Cup.
Exactly. So
can I just make one final point? Because you mentioned Cole Palmer there, and that was the thing that interested me because that's a real matter of interpretation, isn't it? And we know it's voted for by journalists who take themselves very seriously, and they're French as well, which means they take themselves even more seriously. And so you've got to factor that in. But if the Cole Palmer example is definitely an interesting one because his numbers are much better the season before last. Right, 23-24, his numbers are better, but Chelsea don't finish. Chelsea don't have European football that year. Last season, Palmer basically goes through about 3 months where he doesn't really do much, and his numbers are nowhere near as good. But they win the Conference League and the Club World Cup, neither of which are club tournaments that I think have that much respect at this point.
Yeah.
So I guess it obviously clearly is just genuinely a matter of opinion. But to me, that seemed quite odd because he finished much higher this year than he did last year.
Mm-hmm. There are sort of metrics that you can sort of use to get over a certain line. I was reading a piece about it, and they sort of said that Oliver Kahn was passed over for Michael Owen the year that he won, despite he saved 3 penalties in a Champions League final. Mm-hmm. And it's like, that is a metric.
Tricky one, though.
That's a metric. I know
because they've genuinely found someone who's more objectionable than Michael Owen as a person. So now I don't know how to feel. You could have named any other player there, and I would have gone their side.
Good point, actually.
Yeah, but Oliver Kahn, a tricky one.
Yeah, I wanted to say, by the way, just to clarify a point on how the voting works, just in case nobody knows.
Okay, yeah, sure.
It is journalists from France Football and fellow French publication L'Équipe. They work together, and they create a list of 30 official nominees. So you can't just
I know that
say anything. And then one football journalist from each of the top 100 FIFA ranked nations is invited to cast votes for their top 10 players in order from that shortlist.
Yeah, but my point was the French journalists have a massive say in how it works.
And you're right to say that.
And I think if you are going to move away from the idea that it's weird to give an individual award in a team sport, which I find it difficult to get past, I'm sure other people don't, and that's fine. You also feel like the thing that Pete alluded to about, it's kind of been undermined because they seemed desperate for a long time to make it this big head-to-head between Messi and Ronaldo. And there were years...
It just served the fandom, didn't it?
Well, there were just years when, it was patently... Lewandowski should have won it in 2020. It never should have been cancelled. Erling Haaland should have won it in 2023. And Messi got it when he was into Miami.
Yeah.
Presumably because of the World Cup
It was solely because of the World Cup, yeah.
But...
It's difficult. It's very, very difficult. Look, I think... Whenever you have these things, whether it's decided by a group of a panel of 5 people, or you put it and everybody votes, it's all skewed. Like it's none of it's perfect. We need AI to decide who should win the Ballon d'Or. I think we can all agree on that.
Give it to some the AI would give it to like an NFT of a monkey juggling on a unicycle.
I hate to think. Did you see that lots of PSG fans lined the streets of Paris in celebration?
Good on them.
Fair enough.
I don't mind that.
But it is quite funny that a lot of like quite worthy and quite wordsy, let's say, British journalists will have the same importance as like a San Marino journalist and stuff.
Top 100 FIFA nations.
As a top 100. They're not San Marino. Sorry. Top 100. Right.
Do some research of your own.
All right, 99. Who's 99th? Marcus.
It's not San Marino.
It's not San Marino.
No, it won't be San Marino.
Fine.
Yeah. It's the...
It was 99th in the
We'll carry on.
Well, obviously, Ousmane Dembélé beat everybody else, including Lamine Yamal and Vitinha. And you would think that Lamine Yamal is an incredible player. He's very, very young, of course. You would imagine that it's not ridiculous to think that he may well win one in the future. His dad is all about the here and now. Mr. Yamal, Daddy Yamal, was not happy. He said, with regard to his son, he is the greatest. I'm not going to say theft, but rather moral damage to a human being. Lamine Yamal is the best player in the world by far.
Yeah, he's entered. It's basically a new entrant into the weird parents of football phenomenon, which for some reason has taken over.
Yeah,
if you think about
the mums had it for a while, didn't they? And
Adrian Rabiot's mum, she's as mad as a wet hen. But the weird parents in football thing is here to stay. Aaron Ramsdale's dad doing a podcast.
That's right. Yes,
complaining about the way Mikel Arteta treated
Daddy
his son.
Yamal is as mad as a dry cock.
Yeah,
right.
Neymar's dad wanted an orgy.
He did.
Apparently.
Right. Okay.
Did he get one?
Don't know. Don't want to know.
No, that's true. Yeah.
Christian Pulisic's dad, he kicked off, didn't he?
What was that one? I don't remember that.
He kicked off about, I think, some ex-pros in the US, I think, said that Pulisic's performances for the US men's national team weren't that good, or he didn't care, or something like that. Okay. So he went to bat. Yes. Went right into bat about that. So welcome, Lamine Yamal's dad.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Fancy saying that though. Your son, your 18-year-old son, is voted the second best player in the world at the age of 18. A remarkable time.
It's disgraceful because Ousmane Dembélé has won it and it's his moment.
Yes.
And it's not about you fucking idiot.
And also, I think everyone would kind of agree that I know whatever you think about this award, and we've already talked about all that. When Ousmane Dembélé is given the award, he was the favourite. You kind of go, yeah, he's had a stunningly good time.
And also, his mum come up on stage. And it was a lovely moment. She wasn't piping up. She wasn't giving Lamine Yamal's dad the two fingers. Was
I wish she did.
That'd be brilliant.
That would have been super.
Do you have to be a footballer's dad? Do you have to be a bit? intense. I would posit that it seems to competitive dad's
Maybe.
kind of, I remember the David Beckham documentary just made me go, I would not want to be your son when he was talking when they interviewed his dad. I just sort of think that I don't think I'd get, because I'm not a competitive person, I don't think I'd enjoy.
You're having to go back at dads, are you?
You are.
Was your dad competitive?
No, that's why I've failed at everything I've tried.
So pick your poison.
How does that reflect on us then?
I'm just saying that, like, you see competitive dads at like football matches and stuff, and it's insane behaviour.
Yeah.
It is absolutely mad.
Well, there's rules governing it now. You've got to stand behind a rope and you can't shout or anything.
Really? Right. Okay, I see. Yeah.
It's got so bad we've had to put a little rope there.
Yeah.
That's
Take a look at ourselves, human beings. A rope has had to be introduced.
I like, is it Mars Lewis Skelly's mum who does a podcast about being a footballer's mum?
Does she?
And she basically, and she did a master's degree, I think, in football finance. She got FIFA accreditation to be an agent, and she's just very good at sort of going, that, you can have discussions for millions of pounds or whatever, but in the future, and like, she's really down to earth, and she's made this sort of support network for other parents who are dealing with having footballers as sons or daughters, and the pitfalls I think that people can sort of experience with agents. And
that's
and
really
money and stuff
interesting.
like that.
Has she ever said the Rabios don't crumble in the soup and we never regret our choices, like Adrian Rabiot's mum?
Be surprised if she did.
I didn't want my son to sign for Olympique de Marseille. It was my son who convinced me.
Right.
So I said, if it were up to me, my son wouldn't have joined this club. Is it that kind of vibe?
Yeah, I mean,
what about the?
You should never use an aggressive analogy involving soup. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not a strong.
Marcus, have you ever
image,
crumbled in the soup?
I don't think so.
No.
What about Ollie Watkins' mum, who said during Euro 2024, she was like, there was a microphone in front of her. It was at a party.
Yes,
she was boisterous though.
She was very boisterous.
Wonderfully boisterous.
She was right.
She was right
because she said, "Get my son on the effing pitch."
Yeah.
Scored the winner in the
Scored the winner.
semi-final.
Scored the winner.
Saw what happened.
Exactly.
Let's listen to Ollie Watkins' mum more.
Yeah.
All right.
So more Lewis Skelly mum and more Ollie Watkins mum and less other mums.
Yeah.
Less Lamine Yamal's dad.
Yeah.
I think we can agree. Although maybe for the sake of the ramble, more.
Yeah.
I don't know. What's bad for your family could be good for the football ramble. Coming up after this, can Big Ange get his first win as Nottingham Forest manager? Real Betis host Nottingham Forest tonight. I'll tell you what. I know they were disappointed they didn't get Champions League. Probably happy that they didn't get Europa Conference League in the end. They're in the Europa League. Away to Real Betis for starters. Come on. Come on. Where are we going? We're off to Seville. That's a lovely old job, Luke Moore.
I don't think that's what they should be thinking about.
The fans?
No, they should. The fans. They should have a well of a time.
Right.
I want more to power to the fans' elbows. They should be having a lovely time.
Yep.
And the trees there have oranges on them.
I don't think the players should be kicking back, going, "Lovely old job." Seville. Cheers.
Yeah.
Is that
Gaffer, do you mind if I go a few days early?
Is that what Angie P's going to say?
Well, I think I'd love to see Big Ange looking to get himself into that Europa League specialist seat.
Yes.
That Unai Emery's probably vacated now.
Yeah.
Well, it's fascinating because Emery wins it. The most recent time Emery won it is 2021 with Villarreal, right?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
He's the Europa League guy. But his team are in the Europa League as well this season.
They are.
So it could be a real passing of the baton. Would you love to see a Forest v Villa final and it's like a WWE belt?
Right, okay.
If Ange gets it and wins it back to back, he's got to be seen as a specialist.
You'd have to say he's a specialist.
Based on watching both these
belt.
teams so far this season, very unlikely to happen.
Do you find it amusing though that Unai Emery, yes, he was a specialist, but he couldn't get Arsenal over the line. They were hammered by Chelsea in that final, weren't they?
Right.
I would very much like to hear a football manager being told that he's a fucking old cunt in an Aussie accent.
Would you?
In this match. It would be perfect. Fucking old cunt.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Sorry, I'm thinking Unai Emery, but yes, Mr. Pellegrini.
Mr. Pellegrini
That
is
would be enjoyable.
It would be.
Yeah.
Ange's fairly old himself, though, to be fair.
Is he?
He's got the demeanour of a much younger man. I think he's in his 60s.
Yeah, but Pardew was what 3 or 4 years younger than Pellegrini or something stupid like that when he said that.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. You can do it.
It really doesn't matter. Well, Forest play their first game in Europe since their UEFA Cup quarter-final defeat to Bayern Munich in 1996. So effectively in the same competition. So they don't know it that well. It was a long time ago. But yeah, Postecoglou still looking for his first win as Nottingham Forest managers. 3 games so far. They lost to Arsenal. Well, that was understandable. Lost to Swansea and then drew to Burnley. So it's not been a great start for Ange as Forest manager. But as you say, Luke Moore, when it comes to the Europa League, he does seem to know what to do, which is don't play like you normally do.
Based on one season. Based on one season, we've been doing something completely different to what he said were his dearly held principles, and this is just who we are.
Yes.
Until it's not who we are, we want to be someone different. Like a fancy dress party.
Little
Basically,
bit.
Europa League is like a fancy dress party to Ange.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised to see him turn up as Jason Voorhees on the touchline tonight.
Right.
Halloween's on the way as well, so it could work.
Festive.
Real Betis have started quite inconsistently from what I've seen as well in La Liga. So I think it's a tough assignment for them.
Yeah.
I think you do tend to see teams who don't have a recent history in European football take some time to work things out. It's not going to be helpful, obviously, that they've had a big amount of upheaval with their manager leaving, a new one coming in with question marks over him. The dodgy start that you've mentioned, the manner in which they lost to Swansea, for example, was very disappointing. So it's a big test for them. And that's before you take into account the idea that Real Betis' mascot is a palm tree.
Well,
Yeah.
Should
Tree
be
versus
orange
tree.
tree, shouldn't it?
I guess so. I think they're involved in quite a lot of like reforestation kind of initiatives. I think
Right.
that's why they've gone for that.
Oh, if
They're quite a green club. I
if
think.
you'd said to me
Green and white, yeah.
which Spanish team's mascot would be a palm tree, I would instantly say Las Palmas.
Yeah, good point actually. Yeah,
But I don't know what their mascot actually is.
well, the badge, I think.
Coconuts.
So, yeah.
Yeah, anyway.
a lovely bunch of coconuts.
Real Betis, of course. They are, one of their nicknames is Los Beticos,
Right.
Right.
the supporters,
Oh, really?
which are quite enjoyable. Other nicknames include El Glorioso, the glorious, which is quite good. But
Could have worked that one out, I reckon.
can the tricky trees get the better of those palm trees?
It's the
which
palm
I'm-
trees against the
which
tricky
is I'm now,
trees.
which I'm now nicknaming them. So
I
apparently-
don't like Carabao and European competitions happening on the same night. It's confusing for me.
Right.
I won't
Okay.
have it.
Well, is this going to confuse you then if we look ahead to Arsenal travelling to Stoke-on-Trent to face Port Vale tonight in the Carabao?
We're
Yes.
going back to the Carabao.
Going back to the
We're
Carabao.
bookending this show with
Yeah.
Carabao.
Yeah, we are, yeah. Sad to hear Noni Madueke has been ruled out of action for up to 2 months after sustaining a knee injury against Manchester City at the weekend, which is really, really annoying
Yeah.
for everybody involved because he started the season very, very well. He did well for England.
You hate to see it sort of this early as well in the
Trying to establish himself at a new club, and I think he's done pretty well, especially in the absence of Saka and so on. And slightly different to Hugo Ekitike and Isak is Madueke. If look, Saka's always going to start. He's probably Arsenal's best player, certainly one of them, without a doubt. But with Madueke, it's kind of like make it really hard for Arteta to take you out of the team.
Yeah.
And I think by and large he was on his way to doing that. But getting that injury, it is.
I felt sorry for Giovanni Leone in the Liverpool side because he played really well in that match, and he looks like he's going to be out for a very, very long time because he looked very upset as he left the field last night.
Yeah.
Awful.
I mean,
you hate to see it.
From Arsenal's point of view, I suppose at least they're saying they're bringing Saka back. So
Yeah.
they can. I mean, from Madueke's point of view, of course, it's really horrible, it's tough. But from Arsenal's point of view, at least they've now got a strong squad and a key player coming back. So they'll hopefully be able to accommodate it. But you obviously don't want players to be injured when you're competing to win the league. I mean, there's been a lot of pressure put on them, Arsenal, because you've got all these pundits now saying they've probably got the best squad in the league and all the rest of it. And the game against Man City was a really interesting one for lots of different reasons. You guys obviously covered it on Monday, but I don't think they'll struggle too much going to Port Vale, who I think might have the record. They certainly did have the record for being the Football League club for the longest amount of time without ever being in the top flight. That always used to be the case.
Is that right?
So that's their claim to fame. It's an underwhelming claim to fame, I'll be honest, but that is what I can't know them for, other than the fact that Robbie Williams supports them.
Yes.
Yeah, you forget about that, don't you?
Good old Flobby. Well, elsewhere in the Carabao Cup, Manchester City travel to Huddersfield. Pep Guardiola said he isn't prioritising the game and is instead looking ahead to Burnley, Monaco and Brentford.
None of them sound that testing for a Manchester City squad. It's
Do
incredible.
the right thing, Huddersfield. Knock them out. Knock them
Knock 'em
out.
out.
He's been even more disrespectful to the Carabao than we have.
I
Yeah, and
know.
they'll probably end up going quite far on it as well.
Yeah.
I mean, they have won it.
Sleepwalking the final.
Yes, they've won it many, many times. I mean, look, again, as Newcastle United will sound, the Carabao is a gateway cup.
It's good eating.
Arsenal need to take it seriously.
You need the money, a lot of the clubs, don't
Yeah.
you?
You need your
all that
you need your best
150 grand winners' money.
you need your best players absolutely ripped out of your soul.
I mean, there is something about the prize money, isn't it? Like, isn't like 10 grand to go in the next one? The previous round was 7 grand to win it. Just don't bother. Do not bother.
I don't think it's all about the money, Marcus.
No.
It's all about the glory.
No.
And the dum.
Yeah, the game is about glory, Marcus.
It is. It
And
absolutely is.
what more glory can one imagine than a beautiful lifting of the Carabao Cup trophy?
Yeah.
I can't. Now, will Gianluigi Donnarumma play in this match against Huddersfield? Perhaps not.
Probably not, no.
But if he does, is he going to be wearing his apparent replica shirt?
Yeah,
he's been wearing.
He doesn't like the and I, as a man who looks like a fat-bellied frog these days, I don't like player issue shirts because they're very tight.
You actually look a bit like a replica of Pete Donaldson. so you're kind of wearing a replica version of yourself at the moment.
Exactly. Yeah. It's
So that's why Donnarumma's doing it. Onana used to do it as well.
Onana did as well. Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's apparently it's a slightly looser fitting jersey, and then there's some very
great
subtle
pedigree. Onana did it.
Yeah, there's some very subtle details. Yeah,
But I think
is he going to do the John Pansel one long arm, one short
That'd
arm?
be
Do you remember
nice.
he did that in the World Cup because he had a dream?
Nice for John Pants to get.
Do you know what? I don't remember that.
He had a dream that he won the World Cup or something with one long sleeve and one short
Right,
sleeve.
and that's what he
I
had.
think he got special dispensation for having a long sleeve and a short
And
sleeve.
we don't want to
That's
spoil anyone, but the end to that story is they didn't win the
They
World Cup.
did.
No.
But you grew up
Did his
on
laps.
you grew up on Pansel doing the lap of honour, didn't
Yeah.
you, at Craven Cottage?
I was like, grew up on
Well,
it.
you've
I've
got some
witnessed it a
fond
number of
memories,
times.
fond
I
memories
enjoyed
of the
John
Pansel lap.
Pansel's lap of honour.
They
around
should have made
Craven
Isak
Cottage.
do that at half time.
In a way, they did.
Yeah.
He was doing his sprints.
But it's a more interesting story than it seems. This because there is a bit of a tradition of goalkeepers kind of amending and customising their shirts for more freedom of movement. I remember back in the day, quite a lot of goalkeepers, seen mainly in Europe, used to cut the sleeves off, didn't they?
Yeah.
To make it the freedom of movement to be better.
Did Rafinha pin his? He used to glue his armpits.
What?
I think
Well,
Rafinha
he
used to when he was
glue
at
his
Leeds.
armpits.
When he was at Leeds,
First
I
of
think
all,
he used
not
to.
a keeper. Second of
No,
all,
but I'm just
how is that helping
but it's,
him?
Yeah, but it's just I think he just liked the way it felt on his arms. And Mikel Antonio used to cut his neck on his
I
shirt.
can believe that. Yeah,
because he's got a big fat neck.
I can believe that. Yeah.
And but then the team made him special shirts
But I
with
don't
a
think
non-grandad collar.
I don't think we should be letting you just
Modify.
move on from someone gluing their armpits.
They glued
I don't
his-
even know what you mean.
He glued the shirt, or basically pinned or sawed the shirt, so it was a bit tighter under the pit because he just liked the way it feels, like kinky devil.
I'm thinking about you lasering your armpits now.
No, exactly, yeah. Another kinky devil.
Is that still working?
No.